Welcome back to ABC26 News this week. The war with Iraq is also hitting here at home. Husbands and wives, sons and daughters, and mothers and fathers left behind while their loved ones are fighting in the Persian Gulf. Well, ABC26 News and the Red Cross are now working together to help military families stay connected. It's called Operation Military Connect. You can donate phone cards to a soldier you know or to a soldier in need. To give, just log on to our website. It is abc26.com, or toll free. You can call during business hours, 1-888-682-7020. And joining us now to tell us more about the program is Kay Wilkins, CEO of the Red Cross for Southeastern Louisiana. I'm losing my voice here.
You are.
Excuse me. Welcome, and thanks for joining us this morning. What a great idea coming up with this phone card. Who came up with this idea? How did it come about?
Well, it was actually an idea that came to us from our national headquarters, and it's a way for us to stay connected with our service members that are overseas and abroad right now.
How did this idea come about? I mean, what did somebody see that said, you know, there's a need for this?
I think the need is we're all connected very easily. You know, it's very easy for us to pick up the cell phone and talk to someone regardless of whether they're down the street or in another state. And it was recognized early that there would come a time when we wouldn't be able to have that immediate connection and the need to communicate with those who we know who are service members or those who we don't know, who we just want to say, you know, we support what you're doing, we're behind you. Would come about when internet was shut down or when the availability of the phone line communication was shut down because of the conflict increasing.
So basically, how does it work?
Okay, basically you log on to the website and you can choose a card, different increments of dollars worth of time. You call a toll-free number and you leave a voice message for your person, and then your person is notified and can log on to the website and then can connect and hear your message.
Okay, so if I wanted to go online and buy one of these phone cards, what's the price range people would be looking at?
Anywhere from $15 to $50. And you can send it to someone you know, or you can send it to any service member. And then service members who might not be getting the communications from back home could also just hear the support that we have over here for our service members.
So once the Red Cross collects these cards, will they just distribute them based on a need basis, or do you have someone within the military that knows who to give them to?
Actually, we're partnering with the USO to distribute these cards so that, you know, they're the ones that are over and understand the needs of the servicemen and can identify the people that the cards need to go to.
And this is something happening across the nation, this whole phone card concept. Do you know what the reaction has been so far?
Well, so far I think it's been very positive. You know, we're in the early stages. I think there might be some lag time if we're trying to connect with someone who is, you know, in the heat of battle right now. But I think all in all it will be a way for us to send forward some messages of support and just a way again to stay connected.
What are the other means that they would have to resort to without the generosity of people who will donate cards? I mean, you've got the internet, but what is usually the procedure? You've
got the internet, and if you have email messaging and an email account, you can connect with a service member. And traditionally, we used to send letters forward to any service member, but that's been stopped since September 11th. That pretty much has not been the best way to get messages forward.
Is that for fear of what may be in the package, what may be in the letter, anthrax, the whole bit?
Well, and the fact that letters could take now 3 to 4 weeks to get to the person. This is a way that very quickly they can access the message that we want to send forward.
Now, this is a time where the Red Cross is really getting involved and helping out families left behind. Aside from the phone card, what are other ways that people can get involved and help the military families?
There's a lot. Every service member who's left our community has left an empty space behind. So I think one of the things that we can do in our community is look for those spaces and fill them. You know, the service member who was a coach for the softball team, now's the time for us to volunteer, go to the VA hospitals, work with some of the children's camps that are around in our area, and help fill the empty spaces so that when the service member comes home, the good works that they were doing before they left haven't been left undone.
How many cards are you hoping to at least get a good start on to collect?
Well, I don't know that we've really looked at how many cards and the numbers as much as we just want to provide another way for people to connect with members of the military, families to connect with family members, and to connect with people who might be lonely and who might want to hear the letters of support. One of the things that the Red Cross does too, and I wanted to talk to you about this, is this doesn't replace the emergency communication messaging that the Red Cross does. We provide that communication link between members of the armed forces and their families. The families who are here can be assured that the Red Cross, with our emergency messengers, are working just as close as we can to the front line, so that if there is an emergency that occurs at home and a communication needs to go forward, we can carry that message forward as quickly as possible.
Like those who are pregnant and left behind and need to get word to their loved one. You have a son, you have a daughter.
Right, and that may take second seat to the one where maybe a mother or father are ill, and they want their son or daughter to know that you know what's occurring at home. But we do enjoy giving those birth messages. That's one of the fun things.
Yeah. Well, we thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Great. Thank you.
And good luck collecting. Let's hope a lot of people respond.
Well, I do. I thank you and thank ABC.
Thank you. Well, our thanks to Kay Wilkins with Red Cross for joining us this morning. It is called Operation Military Connect. You can donate phone cards to a soldier you know or to a soldier in need. All you have to do is just log on to our website, ABC26.com. Here's a toll-free number during business hours. It is 1-888-682-7020. And up next, two local organizations looking for a few good folks who are looking for a new career. Could you be one of them? Find out next on ABC 26 This Week. Welcome back to ABC 26 News This Week. If you're looking for a job or you're unhappy with your present one, the hospitality and tourism industry may be looking for you. Two nonprofit organizations are holding two separate workshops aimed at training people for a career in the hospitality or tourism fields. Joining us now to tell us more about this is Melissa Hughes with Boat People SOS and Yoshika Daniel with SNAP. Just wanted to make sure I got your name pronunciation correctly. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Well, tell us a bit about this job training program that is coming up. Who is it targeted at, Yoshika?
The program is targeted at anyone who wants to enhance their communication skills, who wants to improve on how to perform well during an interview, if they want to gain skills on how to dress appropriately for an interview, and to give them information about how to look for jobs on the computer and other resources available.
It's happening in Eastern New Orleans.
Yes.
What facility will you be using for the job training?
At the Versailles Arms Learning Center. It's located at 14548 Palche in New Orleans East.
Okay. And let's talk a bit about the neighborhood that it's happening in. Is there a great need there right now for something like this?
There is a great need. According to the census, there are several people who have reported that they've just given up on finding a job.
Eastern New Orleans, are you talking about specifically?
In the Eastern New Orleans area, there's also a real lack of people who have the communication skills needed just to get through an interview. So doing a mock interview process in the training will be a great enhancement to their interviewing process, which has been a real problem with people that do go on job skills.
Okay. So when they come to this, you're not saying you have to have a certain education. You're saying come to us and we will prepare you.
Exactly.
Give us an example of some of the things. If someone is unemployed, they don't have that much of an education, what can they expect when they show up for that job training program?
Well, we will have a basic introduction to the computer component of the workshop, where they will work with our computer instructor and actually go to various websites to find jobs. The workshop will also include a tour at Six Flags, which is one of our partners, where they will actually fill out job application forms, take a tour of the Six Flags property and meet the staff there.
Is there a cost to take part in the training program?
No, the workshops are absolutely free and
That's
open to the
great
public.
part about it.
Yes.
That's a great part about it. Now you're teaming up with the tourism, the hospitality industries. Name me some of the companies that are teaming up with you that are saying if you train them, we will have a spot for them.
Well, we've partnered with Boat People SOS, also Safe Neighborhood Action Plan. This is also an initiative along with the Louisiana Women's Network. We also are working with a local placement agency and other agencies that have agreed to cooperate with us.
And Boat People SOS, tell me a bit about that group.
Boat People SOS was formed in 1980. The name came from the boat people who came over to America after the fall of Saigon.
The Vietnamese community.
Vietnamese people that we rescued off the high seas in 1980. After the second wave of boat people came through, it wasn't necessary to be rescuing when we had the humanitarian operations. So the name stuck. We still serve the Vietnamese community. We work with immigrants, refugees, torture survivors to try to help them settle into their new neighborhoods.
Okay.
And there's a huge population in New Orleans East, about 7,000 in just the New Orleans East area.
Right now, overall, the economy is having a tough time. It's a tough time for everyone. So you're hoping that perhaps this will help alleviate the economic problems of some of the people with this training program.
Absolutely. And one of the advantages with working with Six Flags is they don't have to have perfect English in order to get employment at Six Flags.
Okay.
So that's been a good help for the community that is unable to speak English.
Right. Once again, if you're tuning in and you'd really like to check out this job training program, the first class is when?
April 5th, which is a Saturday, and also following class that will be scheduled on April 12th, and that runs from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. We also have a second workshop, which is designed to be a weekday workshop to accommodate people who are available during the day. That runs April 14th, 15th, and 16th from 9 a.m. until 12 noon.
And the most important thing, it's free, so hopefully a lot
Yes.
of people will take advantage of it and hopefully find a job. And my thanks to both of you for coming in this morning. Good luck with your job training program. Thanks to Melissa Hughes with Boat People SOS and Yoshika Daniel with SNAP in Eastern New Orleans. Thanks to all of you for watching ABC 26 News this week. Thanks also to all our other guests for joining us. More news tonight on ABC 26 at 5 and 10. Thanks for watching ABC 26 News this week.